Hello everyone, we pray this video finds you blessed. This week, Kim's working on a piece of Ambrosia maple that she got from Scott Beach. And I understand that Scott Beach also has his own YouTube channel as well. So I am not Kim. I am actually her husband who's going to do some narrating for her this week. I am not a wood turner and have never actually tried to even turn on the lathe other than helping her. My name is Mr. Kim Tippin Wood Turning, and I'll be the guest speaker for the week. So I'm the guy you see in the video every once in a while. Usually I'm wearing gym shorts and a dirty t-shirt. Normally I'll be in the shop coming back and forth, working on something inside or out, or working on rifles on the back bench, or scratching an itch that usually men will do in public when we shouldn't. And yeah, that was caught on camera on a previous video, so 5 points to whoever can find that. But again, I'm not a wood turner. I'm really not much of a wood worker. I could be honest with you, if this was college football or building AR-15s, I could probably tell you quite a bit. But if you're looking for some technical stuff, this week's probably not going to be it for you. I apologize. So I'm guessing that most of the people that watch her channel are wood turners and kind of have an idea what's going on. So instead of trying to sound like a goober, I think I'm just going to kind of let you guys watch what's going on. And if you have any questions as to what she did, she could probably address that in the comments section. But I think I'm going to take some time to kind of brag on her and what she does and what she does for this family. So all of this stuff that she is doing, this wood turning here, she just stumbled across this one day on YouTube and fell in love with it. And then obsessively for it seemed like 2 years, like every night we were watching wood turning videos from all kinds of different people. And it's pretty neat to see too that some of the people that she watched back then, she's now been able to communicate with and talk to. And I think it's pretty neat to see some of that. So she, prior to getting into wood turning, she was really big in doing photography and actually did that for quite a while, and was pretty dang amazing at that as well. She and her dad both, they're the kind of people that they find something that they're interested in and they start learning about it, they start doing it, and they just pick it up, and they're just so amazing with their abilities. And I really think it's kind of goes back to a lack of fear for that. I mean, obviously there's a healthy fear of the equipment and the machine, but just the fear of not doing it, or just jumping into it and getting at it. Because I think that's where I lack sometimes too, is just I'm afraid to go and just try to tackle something, where her and her dad both are just like, get out of the way, then we'll go do it. And no matter what it is that she puts her mind to, I mean, crochet, this wood turning, the photography, half the furniture in our house, everything, I'll tell you, it amazes me what she's been able to do. The one thing I was glad for her to get was that Titan 3 truck. Man, that thing is a beast. For her to be able to turn those large pieces of wood that she wants to is so much easier now with something like this, because the other trucks that she was using obviously are not as heavy duty as this one is designed to be, and they were probably working about their max, which I'm sure, like anything else, can be dangerous when that thing gets spinning as fast as it can. Because I'm kind of impressed too how those things are holding such a little bit of the wood in the grand scheme of that piece that's on there. Just that little tiny bit's being held by that chuck, and man, I'll tell you what, that Titan 3 has worked out really well for her so far. So she's using some CA glue here, some Starbond CA glue, along with some different powders she gets from Tucker's Turnings to fill in some cracks. I don't know much about the powder, but I can tell you what, I've had personal experience with that Star Bond. Man, that stuff is fantastic. I had a pair of black dress shoes I had to wear for work that just split at the seam because, you know, things are not made to last these days. These shoes just started falling apart. So Kim was able to take that black Star Bond and glue the seam back together. And this is going on a year now, and man, these shoes are still holding up great. You can't even tell the glue's there, and it's holding stronger than the original stitch of that thing. So I tell you right now, I don't know if other people out there use it. I'm sure you do, but if you don't, I would highly recommend it. It is fantastic. So you see that she has turned around the piece now and is starting to hollow out the inside of the bowl. Again, she is just making this, to me, look so easy. What I think is really cool is when she starts getting into these pieces and you get those shavings flying off like that. I'll try to get out there sometimes and use the slow-mo on my iPhone and video just those ribbons just blazing off of that thing. I'll tell you what, man, it's really, really cool. I love watching this stuff. I really have no desire to do it. I don't have that itch, and I guess that's a good thing too, because we only have one lathe, and I'm not going to try to fight her for time on it because I would lose every time. So it looks like she caught me and her dad in the video this time. We're both back there in the corner, probably talking rifles, probably talking football, talking a lot of college football. That's what he and I tend to do most of the time. I'm sure she and her mom, both their ears start ringing or burning when he and I get together, because we can go for hours about it. It's incredible. But I'm pretty lucky like that. I've been blessed as a man. I've been given an amazing woman as my wife, who's given me some beautiful kids, and her family's pretty cool too. I'm pretty lucky. I've got her father is and one of my best friends, and just what I've been able to learn from him with how it's extended my abilities to build things and work on things. And I'll tell you, with his direction and just what I've learned and grown in my abilities, this shop that she's using here, I was able to actually build that. So like I said before, I'm not an artistic guy, but you give me some directions and plans and tell me the measurements, I could probably cut a straight line most of the time and put together a building that it's about 3 years old, 4 years old now, and it hasn't collapsed yet. So that's a good thing. Oh man, this isn't good. No, clearly it is not. We have an electrical failure with the machine. I think that might have been the first time that's happened. I don't remember her saying anything about it before, but it shouldn't be happening. That's a problem. Laguna, we may need to talk to you about that and see what the deal is. But you see, she got it back working for now, so something must have just had to reset itself. But I don't know, that's not good. We're going to have to keep an eye on that one. So, I'm not sure what this tool is here, this big flat thing. I think it's a scraper. I feel like I should probably know this considering she does it so much, but I don't. So, yeah, she's just hollowing that thing out and checking it out and filling in cracks as she goes with that awesome CA glue and some of that cool copper and turquoise powder. But, and now she's taking mineral oil. And I asked her about this, why she was rubbing mineral oil on it. And she told me that the reason is so that the wood wouldn't dry as fast when she is sanding, because then you run into some issues with warping. I know, seeing her and using green wood in the past, man, when she first started doing this with a Harbor Freight lathe, that some of those pieces, she'd turn them and they would look great, and then you take them off the lathe and set them down, and an hour later that perfect circle turns into a football. Just blew my mind that would even move that much. Man, I know it did, obviously, but not like that. So that's what I was told, is this mineral oil is put on to help soak into the wood to keep it somewhat moist while she is doing the sanding. So here she is sanding away, and wiping it down with denatured alcohol, which I don't know why you do that. I'm really not sure. Again, this is her thing, but she knows what she's doing. You guys know what she's doing. So like this piece here and several others that she's done in the past, I think it's really cool to me. And some of these people are from, all over the U.S., places that we've never been and we may never ever get a chance to go. But she gets wood from all over the U.S., different things from Texas, Washington State, Hawaii, up north. Man, I'll tell you what, it's really, really cool because, there's stuff that I didn't know existed. Obviously, nature for the most part is pretty regional, so we only get so much down here in Florida. Yeah, you can only turn so much oak, I guess, before you kind of get sick of it. I tell, so that stuff is everywhere down here too, and after a while you just get tired of seeing it. So cedar's kind of the same way too. It tends to be all over the place here. So anyway, I think that thing, man, in the middle of that bowl looks really awesome. It kind of reminds me of like a little sunburst or fire burst, whatever you want to call it. It's a really amazing piece of wood. I think it's so cool. So much of this stuff though is just incredible that that it's done like this. And I'll tell you honestly, man, if regardless of what you say, I'm not trying to preach to people, but stuff like this just shows that this beauty just didn't happen from some explosion, man. This is God's work, and just what He's able to put out there for us to see and to experience, man, it is incredible. So, again, I appreciate it. I know she does too, what you guys are sending her, and it's experiences for her that she would not get otherwise. And I think it's also what helps keep this adventure going for her in a way too, because it's exciting for her to see this stuff and see all this wood from other regions of the country that we've never been to. But man, to have that experience is really cool, and for her to connect with you guys, I think is really neat too. So I appreciate that. I know just as much as she does. So thank you everybody for everything that you send to her to work on. It's really cool. So I think that's pretty neat.